All the legacy streamers are having fun with Up the Beanstalk. Green card draw that gets all your pitch spells to also draw cards. Force of Will drawing a card. Fury drawing a card. How about Misdirection drawing a card? Even Commandeer draw a card. I have to give it a try. Let's run it through a prelim. Here's some Rug Planeswalker control. Okay, welcome back, Vintage Gamers. It's a prelim Monday night. I'm pretty excited. So today on Twitter, I asked a very important question to a very powerful legacy wizard, and I was like, why do you guys play so few 5-drops in your Up the Beanstalk deck? And they're like, oh, don't worry about it. It cantrips on itself. And then I reread the card, and it turns out it cantrips on itself, which makes it a lot more playable. I just didn't know that it did that. And so I thought the card was completely unplayable, and I was very, very confused. So, in the honor of me learning to read, we're going to play a vintage prelim with this fun Rug Beanstalk deck. I am going to play kind of like a Rug Planeswalker deck, and I'm going to play tons and tons of alternate cast 5-drops. So I got Force of Will, Gush, Lorien Revealed, Misdirection, Dig Through Time. I got Fury to clean up some creatures here. And then I also have some powerful Commandeer, which is always a fun one. I love Commandeer. So we don't have 15 mana sources. We actually have 23 mana sources. So it's a little bit better than that. But yeah, the Uros are a little sus. The Uros are definitely a little sus. But I love a good Uro dress down. I can't pass it up. So I just don't want to play Leyline Binding. I don't think Leyline Binding is good. And I don't think you end up with enough blue. You don't end up with enough white cards to play Solitude. So because all your Planeswalkers are red, you actually end up with more red cards than white cards. Treasure Cruise. This deck doesn't really put a lot of cards in the yard, so I didn't think having 2 Delve spells was good enough. So I cut the Treasure Cruise. Oh, we're gonna play against Chess Knight round 1. Okay, so I think we're gonna go jump into round 1, and we'll see how we do. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. Okay, here we go. Round 1 against Chess Knight. Chess Knight has been piloting an Oswald Fiddlebender workshop deck. See if they're on that tonight. This hand is okay. It's not exactly what I'm looking for against shops, where I'd really like to have more mana sources, but hopefully this Ponder will help me out here. We do have some forces, which is nice, but we do need to hit land drops. Land drops are key here. This might even be like a bait hand, to be perfectly honest. Let's see what happens. I think I could get away with maybe putting another additional land. Another land in my deck would be nice. Maybe another volcanic. It's really hard to grasp like how much is a Lorien worth. Not really sure the answer still. We're learning. We are learning. All right. 7 cards versus 6 cards. Volcanic Ponder. Looking for as many lands as possible in this Ponder. All right, beautiful. I think I am gonna put. Yeah, it doesn't really matter which way I choose to do this. All right, that is exactly what I wanted from my Ponder. Get me going here. And then if I can like counter their first sphere effect and then time walk into a Dak Faden, steal something. Or I could just wasteland their Saga. We'll have to see what happens. Saga Go, huh? Interesting. All right, so I'm just going to go fetch a green source and time walk. And then we'll have to consider what's our best option here. If we draw another land, I'd like to just wasteland their Saga. Just Uro into wasteland. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Phew. This went really well. We drew extremely well here. Now we still have enough mana to Dak Fade in something. Okay, another Saga. I think I would rather play a Dak than play this Wasteland if I don't draw a land here. I did draw a land anyways. Cool. We're pretty close to bringing back Uro as well. Wow. Okay. What do we do with this? What do we do with this? I think I'm going to get rid of the Strip Mine and the Dress Down and keep Force Ancestral. I think the Strip is good, but I think an Ancestral is better. And our opponent still hasn't really gotten off the ground floor. Like, an Ancestral is going to make my Dak Faden actually super strong. Like, right now, my Dak Faden is not as good because I don't have as many bad cards to get away. I do have a couple more lands than my opponent. I agree with that statement. Well, we have 2 Ren and 6 in our deck, so we can still do that. All right, what do we have from the opponent? What do they have for us here? 3 Workshop mana. A Chalice on 1. All right, well, I don't want that happening. I don't even think Chalice on 1 is like that good against my deck, but I just want this Ancestral to resolve, so... So if I draw a fetch land, I might not even cast Ancestral. I'll probably just cast Uro, right? All right, well. I'm going to draw 3. Oh, opponent. You have been locked out of the game. Planeswalkers, baby. In the year 2023 in Vintage? I don't know. I don't know. That went just about as good as it possibly could have. All right. So we know my opponent is on an Oswald Workshop deck. We have to consider how do we fit 4 Collector, 4 Force of Vigor, and keep our Fury. I don't know how. The answer is I don't know how. I think the answer might be cut Force. All right, let's go look at an Oswald list. Oswald list. Where's the last chess Oswald list? Okay. So Fiddlebender needs to die, and then the rest are artifacts, and Null Rod's definitely good because of the ring. And then we don't really have to worry about sideboard cards here at all. So I think probably don't need these. I don't even think we need Boo, really. I think we'll be able to win with the cards we have. Though that's like very few red permanents, though. It's kind of an issue. Mental Misstep's probably bad. And Probe is probably bad. So we could get rid of Beans and our high cost here. Commandeer still seems kind of good. Not great. It's still Commandeer, but man, my house is cold right now. The green count is not too bad. It's not great, but it's fine. Like the red count's a much more of an issue than the green count here, but none of the other cards we want to take out are actually like we don't really want to take out any of these other cards, right? So yeah, I mean that's the deck. The deck does not have a high red count. It's just never going to have a high red count. We can't fit the cards to do such a thing. So, but hopefully we'll draw enough cards that doesn't matter. Well, I just don't know. This doesn't really feel like a Bean matchup, you know? All right, what do we have? We've got a Force and an Ancestral. I elect to keep this hand. A classic classic determination of is your fair blue deck good in Vintage is did you draw Ancestral in your opener? Are there any bean matchups though? Can you please stop being so logical? You're ruining the vibe. It's a vibe stream. You're making too much sense. All right, chess. Chess had to mold down to 4 here. Ruby, Tolarian, Sphere. I'm gonna force this Sphere, pitching this Ponder. And then Tropical. We'll just pass. We'll hold up Spell Pierce Ancestral. Definitely want to cash in a Spell Pierce if I can. All right, Plains is an Oswald. All right. So in response to Oswald, I'm going to Ancestral and see what we draw. Well, because I want to be able to Spell Pierce something if there's something good to Spell Pierce. So I think we can let that resolve because we have an Oko. And Address Down buys a turn as well. If I want to. I think that's okay resolving. All right, I'm just going to hold everything up. I don't think I'm going to Dress Down the Fiddlebender. If they want to go for a 1-drop, I don't think I care. I really want to be able to cycle these Lorians. All right, let's see what they're fiddle bending into. A Mana Vault. All right, ton of mana now. A Paradox Engine. So I'll just Spell Pierce it. It's fine. Let's go get a red land. And then we're just going to Oko. Turn off this Fiddlebender. And this game looks pretty won. Opponent just had to mulligan a million times because their deck has, you know, white mana, white creatures, needs artifacts. It's a lot to ask for your opening hand in that deck. They draw Caracas, they can always bounce this Fiddlebender, but I mean, I played the deck. Though I do think Chess's improvements help. Well, they literally top deck Caracas immediately. That's cute. Yeah, that's just me. That's my MO. Isn't it like 2 a.m. for you? This is a Caracas, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Force of Vigor is like a bad play, but this Oko is just like super game winning, so. All right, I'm gonna make a food token. It's not even good for them to bounce this thing anyways, but I'm gonna go get another red land, and I'm not gonna play, I guess I could play Dakin plus it. Like the minute I get an elk, this is no longer an issue. I think I'll just wait till I get the elk so that I can. I mean, I would like to just Dakin minus and turn off their academy, even though I'm like getting a tap mana vault. Could always turn the mana vault into an elk as well. Maybe no, that would have been worse. I'm just gonna wait. Oko is quite good when you resolve it against workshops, for sure. Oko is like a very fair card for Vintage. A lot of the times, Oko is just like not good enough or doesn't really attack on the right axis. That is a card that I'm going to have to destroy. Maybe I should have fetched a second green source. Huh. Uh-oh. I guess I have a dress down, so I guess it doesn't matter. Never mind. I forgot we have dress down, the best card in Vintage. Oh, boy. In fact, we have 2 dress downs. Red, blue, blue, Dak. Just gonna steal the mana vault. I think it's fine. I don't think the choices I make in this game will matter very much for what it's worth. It's just like a huge gap in power from a 4-card hand to a 7-card hand, especially on the draw versus the play. Getting your first card forced and then Ancestral and Spell Pierce, like it's just too much. A portable hole. Wow. That's actually a super good top deck right now because it would kill our Oko. I guess I have to force that. That's kind of wild. But this does mean they actually can't play their Saga token anyways. It's kind of gross too. That was a really strong top deck, I must admit. Another Vigor. That's bad for them, I must say. That is bad for them. I guess I will loot. Ooh, Gush. I'd like to play a Gush this turn. So what I can do is I can discard Commandeer Vigor, Gush my Trop, and then kill their Saga for fun. Just for fun. Kind of wish I had a Beanstalk now. Well, now I'm going to Time Walk instead. I can just go get my Trop with this. And Time Walk. Sure. I can attack, I guess. Oh my. God, everything is so good. I have this embarrassing amount of riches right now. Man, I don't even know what the best play is anymore. All of these cards are so good. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. Does it matter? Just doesn't matter, right? Yeah, but I have to choose a game action. It's okay, I think. As long as you don't watch while we play the game, I don't think it's a big deal. I feel like that's like probably something people could debate over or something, but I'm not really. I think it's fine. Like, there's like something to be gained. Like, you're watching and you know now you know what my opponent's playing and what I'm playing, but it's a prelim. Don't think it matters. But yeah, please don't watch our match when we play. That's a definite. I have a lot of planeswalkers, huh? Yeah, bouncing a Fiddlebender against the Trampler is probably not going to work out for you. Oh, bouncing the Boo, though. I kind of forgot about that. I'm not going to lie to you. I did forget about that. I don't think it matters, but sure, why not? Let me just casually bin the Force of Vigor and the Uro, keeping the Force of Will and the Fury hard cast in my hand. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. Oh, sheesh. We don't need to get in a debate over it. It's okay. I'm never gonna ask someone to tell me their deck. Shadow Spear. Let's just. What is going on? What the? Sorry. Oh, it is dangerously flooding in my area. Sorry about that. If that was loud, I hope it wasn't too loud. I think up the street from me, they had to evacuate like 25 cars or something. All right, here we go. Round 2, Vintage Prelim against the Cow. You got a Luris for me? No Luris for me. Unfortunate. I've got a Commandeer with not 2 blue spells, a Tropical Island, and an Island, so I can't cast my Wrenn and 6. Shit. This hand's like really bad. It's quite unfortunate. I thought about this being a volcanic instead of an island, but I chose to have a basic in my deck. Maybe that was a mistake. Trying to like convince myself this is a keepable hand, but I just don't think I can do it to myself. Yeah, I mean we have Wasteland Dress Down. Like it's not like our hand. I mean we can just lead. We can't lead Island though because we really want to play. If this was a force, I would probably keep. But if it's a Commandeer, so I'm gonna mulligan. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one. Now I gotta figure out what I want to pitch though. So if I don't know if they are on creatures, I definitely don't want to pitch a Fury. But if they aren't on creatures, I really don't want to have 2 Furies in my hand. I can't get rid of Lorien or Force or a blue card or like one of the. I guess I can get rid of one of the blue cards. So I guess I could theoretically just get rid of. I think I have to get rid of Fury. I think. I think it has to be Fury. I do think I'm going to probe them, even though I'd rather play Ponder because I need to know if they're a Wasteland deck. I need to know. I need to know a lot of things. Yeah, I'm going to pitch a Fury, and then I'm going to probe them. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. I do think this hand is better than the one we mulligan on 7. All right. All right, my opponent has kept their 7. I'm gonna put a Fury away. I think it makes the most sense. And I am gonna probe because we need to figure out how to play this game out. Like, what are we searching for? Basically, can we ponder? If we draw like another blue card, we can ponder. Lots of important things. But if like we draw a red and 6, then we definitely want to be able to like hold this fetch land and get 2 lands. So there's like a lot of information we need from this probe. Oh, I see. Our opponent is double queuing a Mana Traders practice room event. Okay, that's what's happening. I understand now. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Mana Traders is running their monthly tournament, and this month is Vintage. So if you have a Mana Traders account, it's a free tournament, lots of prizes, pretty fun. I've done it a couple times now. I won't be able to do the Mana Traders event this time because I will be in Ohio for the Buffalo Chicken Dip Legacy Vintage thing. Yeah. So if you play, the nice part about the Mana Traders event is you can play tons of matches in the practice room, and none of them cost money like leagues. So I actually think Mana Traders is like a pretty nice event for people who are like just starting on Magic Online. Pretty good. Not gonna lie, I did not have Fury on my bingo card to be in this deck. How has it been so far? Well, we have not cast it yet. But I think I did run a test league where it was pretty good. You just have to have like a certain number of 5-drops for the bean. And I think Fury was a better choice than Solitude. I couldn't really get the white numbers up high enough for Solitude, whereas I have all these red Planeswalkers that I can pitch to Fury if I need to. All right, show me your secrets. We have not yet cast a bean in this tournament yet either, but I believe we will. I did cast a couple beans in my practice league though, and it was pretty good. All right, so my opponent is on, they're on Squee, but I drew a Wasteland, so that's good. The way their hand is currently set up with no hollow ones and no Vengevines or Root Wallas makes our Wasteland pretty good. We do have to get a basic island. I think I'm just going to go basic island Ponder here. We just have to hope my opponent's Bazaar doesn't draw them into like another Bazaar or a Noxious Revival, because we're not really resolving a counterspell on a Noxious Revival here. This is a matchup where I actually think Fury is like pretty reasonable. Ooh. So double Wasteland, Tropical Island, Renin 6. So the problem with this hand is it's going to be a long time till we cast this Renin 6 because we have to use our Lauren and we can't really drop our Force. But I think that's a reasonable ponder to keep. Hitting a land drop and having a second Wasteland, I don't think it's a bad thing for us. It also technically turns on Fury, so there's that. Yeah, unfortunately, I think until our opponent finishes their Mana Traders match, we might have some intermittent play. Not a great deck to double Q because you have to hold up Force. All right, so my opponent has double Squee. And we know these 4 cards. So hopefully they didn't draw a Noxious or another Bazaar, though we technically have a second Bazaar covered. I guess I could have ordered that slightly differently. If they play their Wasteland out, we get to Wasteland their Wasteland, which I think is actually probably very important. They drew a Noxious Revival off their first draw step. Well, I don't think forcing does anything because we know they have all these counter spells. That's very, very bad for us. It's like extremely, extremely bad for us that they drew the Noxious Revival on the first turn here. Yeah, I don't think we can force it. So we know there are 4 cards here, but they get to bring back Master and Squee, which means they have a free Bazaar activation. And then we know 4 of their cards still. And so now we have to hope they didn't draw another Bazaar or a Noxious Revival, because I do have a second Wasteland. Now, if they didn't draw another one of those, we actually have a pretty convincing game now. But if they did, we probably lose on the spot. All right. We'll see if they have a Bazaar in their hand or not. Wasteland. Okay, is that the same Wasteland as this one? Okay, it is. I'm just gonna wait. Oh, end of turn, pitch to hand size Root Walla. You love to see it. Ancestral, that's a good one. Guess we have to play this Trop out. We have to advance somehow here. They have a bunch of negations in their hand. This might help us get them out of their hand. Oh, I guess they technically have they have a snapback that they pitched. Okay. So we know 4 of their 5 cards right now. I think it's worth just fighting over this. It's kind of unlikely they have another force anyways, and I think 3 unknowns is better than having forces in my hand when my opponent has a million negations. Oh, they drew Force of Will as their unknown. Wow. Okay, so their hand is Force of Negation, Squee, Master of Death. It's pretty bad for us. Oh, cool. Strip Mine. All right. Okay. So we know their whole hand. There's a 1/1 in play. We have time. Okay. So who draws a Bazaar or out of this first? Let's see. Unfortunately, my Ren and 6 will get countered. Though my Furies can't really get countered by negation. I don't think I want to use the Fury yet. I have plenty of life to work with here. All right, we drew a Flooded Strand. So unfortunately, this Ren and 6 is going to get negated. But we're probably still supposed to put it in play. Oh, they drew Bazaar! Yeah, this game is ridiculous. I hate playing against Squee, man. It is just abysmal. It is just abysmal, man. Playing against Squee. All right, so we know they have negation and 3 unknowns because they pitched both masters. Wasteland? I drew a Beanstalk. I don't think that's going to outdraw Bazaar double Squee. I mean, I can hope they don't have another blue card in their hand. Thanks. Yeah, the problem is using him as bait doesn't help me because my opponent's going to so severely outdraw me that they're going to have another counterspell next turn anyways, right? Whereas if they just don't have a blue card in their hand here, I guess if they didn't have a blue card, they probably wouldn't have pitched Master of Death. So maybe we should just Beanstalk it. Well, I can't Wasteland this turn. I can get a Wasteland if I resolve my Ren. I'm going to like hold this Fury until there's more things to hit. I'm going to play the Beanstalk, but I'm not really convinced it's better, I think. I just don't know. I just don't know if it's better, really. Like, if my opponent didn't have a blue card, they wouldn't have pitched Master, 100%. So they have a force right here. So, like, playing my Ren and 6 is really bad. It's my best card. So I do think I'm supposed to throw the Beanstalk in. They don't really want this to resolve because it's going to let me get value off of, like, some 5. Maybe? Like, it's really good if this gets countered for me, but I don't know if it's good enough, unfortunately. Currently, they have... I know about 4 of their 8 forces. I mean, if they say it's good, I'm not even sure that's... I mean, that's fine for us. All right, so they did negate it, pitching Mindbreak Trap. All right, we know none of our opponent's hand. Now they get to put 2 cards back and then draw extra cards every turn. All right, well, if they somehow don't draw Force on this turn, we get to go Ren and 6 Wasteland. But that also actually means, like, also has to like, not have a draw or a revival either. They also have to, like, not Vengevine me. Which seems kind of challenging as well. I guess theoretically, if they Vengevine me, I can go Fury. All right, they're just going to put a Force on top with Noxious Revival. I might be able to bait. I don't know. Just seems doomed. It's just so doomed, man. Master, double Squee, Hollow One. Okay. I mean, I don't think they would put Force on top if they didn't have a blue card and they pitched their Master. So I believe their hand is Force of Will blue card. I think we can bait the Force of Will with this Fury, and that's our best chance. This is basically our last chance in the game. They shouldn't counter this. Like, they don't actually care about a hollow one. Wow, that's such a big mistake. Okay, so this game is still winnable now because my opponent made a mistake. I know it's like tempting to keep your hollow one in play, but it's just so bad. Like, you're going to just outgrind me. All right. I mean, I'm still not like winning this game either because I have a dead Renin 6 and a Commandeer, and I have 10 life. They might not even attack Renin 6. I guess they could theoretically attack me. Then I would shoot the Walla by a turn, and then I could draw out of it. I think they should just kill. Oh, they're going for me. Okay. So how do I draw out of this? Dress down. I think I'm just going to cast this dress down, try to draw a land or something. Don't know. Lorien revealed is a land. I have to shoot this to live. So I don't think I can get out of this game because I need to draw a Fury or a Dak Faden. And I can't do all of those things. Yeah, time walk into Dak, I guess, isn't out. True. Wow, it's so close. It's so close. Wow. I don't think I have an out off this, though. Oh, all I needed to draw was a Dak because I had my land off of Renin 6. I just needed to draw a Dak. Damn, that is sad. Losing this game was really rough. Okay, well, it gets better. We have 4 ley lines. I don't even think our matchup is like particularly that bad. We do have 5 wastelands and recursion. We don't want commandeer or dig or misdirection or negation, or we do want mental misstep. Spell pierce is a lot worse than flusterstorm here. Probably don't want flusterstorm or spell pierce. Maybe we do. It's just so much worse than flusterstorm, but maybe it doesn't matter. I don't think we want vigors to kill hollow ones. We have Dax and Furies. I actually do think we want Beanstalk here. Oh, we don't need Dress Down. Dress Down's terrible. Okay, this is not bad. This is a good look. Spell Pierce is a lot better than Pyro because it protects us from Vigor. Yeah. Yeah. But I think it's worth. Waste. Endurance. No, I can't keep this hand. I don't have like a Tabernacle or anything. If I had like a Lorien, I'd probably keep this hand. I'm gonna mulligan this. Waste. Yeah, this one I probably have to keep. I just have to hope they don't have a really strong start. Wow. Man, can I really keep this though? They lost 2 hollow ones on their powders and then kept 7. I'm gonna keep it. If they didn't lose 2 hollow ones, probably wouldn't keep this just because I can't beat like creatures coming into play with this hand. But it's like it's so important for me to either have a leyline or a wasteland or both. It's just like impossible for me to win without it. Though powdering 14 means they're like more likely to have double Bazaar. So, oh, they have double Root Wall of Vengevine. All right, well, it was nice knowing you, chat. Man. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for this. This matchup has to be. I thought this matchup was like pretty reasonable, but maybe I need a mulligan to leyline. What is this? Probe? Sure. Doesn't matter. You're gonna win. Maybe I just have to play like 2 Tabernacles in my board. I don't know. Squee is just so bad for Magic. Just don't get to do the thing. They're casting this knowing I have a Pierce. This is like uber punishment for not having Flusterstorm over Pierce. But last round, I like got really paid off for having Pierce by playing against a Workshop deck. I think in general, I like Pierce a lot right now because of Mono White and Workshops kind of coming back. So they've surgically extracted my Wastelands. Is this bait to surgically extract? I mean, to my Wastelands, and then you just play another Bazaar? Is that what's happening? Or you just also have Force? No. All right, well, they just have 2 Bazaars, man. It's double Squee Vengevine. Oh, all right, get me out. This is just the worst kind of Magic. It's fucking atrocious. Okay. Okay, here we go. Round 3 of this prelim. We're up against Wheeze. We do know that Wheeze is playing Show and Tell Oath. So this is a matchup where Bean should be pretty good. Spell Pierce should be pretty good. Unfortunately, we're on the draw, which makes this hand a little bit worse, but it's probably still a keep. My opponent isn't 100% likely to jam on turn 1 against us anyways. Though they can. I think knowing that opponent is on what deck my opponent is on makes me like more likely to keep something like this. Especially, we also have the very nice Sapphire Emerald holding up Spell Pierce and Strip Mine as on the turn 1 as well, which could be really good, especially considering my opponent mulligan to 5. Let's see what happens. Obviously, our opponent could just go like Lotus Show, Tell, kill us, but Force is a great draw. So my opponent can have end of turn Mystical Tutor. So I am going to play out Strip Mine as my land for turn. Obviously, that gives away some information here, but I want to be able to stop my opponent from going like Mystical into Show and Tell or something, where I can Strip Mine them off a land, or like Mystical into Ancestral, that kind of thing. Strip Mine isn't like the end all be all in this matchup because my opponent, doesn't have crazy lands. Like, they have the Orchard here, obviously, but so hopefully they just jam an Oath. We Spell Pierce the Oath. Don't know. Probably just hit their Trop. I guess we don't have to decide that now. So this looks like what's happening. Looks like our opponent does have an Oath. Not a bad mull to 5 at all on the play. Spell Pierce, this time Spell Pierce is rewarding us for not being Flusterstorm. It's kind of a push and pull. There's some matchups where Spell Pierce is way better than Flusterstorm, and there's some matchups where Spell Pierce is way worse. I'm going to hold the Lorien because I think having Force Up is important for my opponent's second Oath or Show and Tell or something. Now the question is, do I strip? I think the answer is yes. I'm going to take them off of the Tropical Island. If they want to like cantrip off this Orchard, they're going to give us tokens. We already have a token in play. We're not really getting rid of this token unless we like drew a red in that turn. So I think just having tokens and using them as our clock is going to be the way forward. All right, they have another Trop. You have another Oath. They don't have another Oath. That's good for us. Blue card's a good draw. Planeswalkers are good draws. That's a good draw. Do we want to probe, though? I kind of do want to probe. I think it's kind of be nice for our game plan here. Obviously, we'd like to keep a blue card for force, but I think knowing what our opponent is doing is good, too. Opponent has Atraxa, Brainstorm, Fluster. Okay. Let's get an Uro going. Draw some cards. Big fan of perfect information. That's why you're a mod. Smart person. All right, drew another blue card as well, and we're pretty close to this Uro, right? We just need 2 other cards. So we're almost there. Unfortunately, what we don't have is the ability to beat this Flusterstorm because I played the Uro, but I mean, I think it's worth it. If my opponent like brainstorms here into land Oath with Flusterstorm backup, it's pretty bad, right? But I don't think I'm supposed to hold the Uro here. Like getting all my lands in play, letting me like Lorien next turn if I wanted to, or play the Uro. I think it just seems better to me. See what happens though. No attack was just a misclick. Or I wasn't looking and I was talking. It is quite challenging sometimes to stream and play the game. All right, my opponent did not hit. And they also didn't hit a fetch. I'm just going to cast this Lorien. Fury, not a great draw, but we could theoretically wipe a board away if they were to tap out or something. Oh, I guess casting this into a Flusterstorm is... I don't even know if casting this into a Flusterstorm is actively bad for us. I kind of almost wish I had... I guess I could search for a red and play a Fury. I don't think those things are equivalent statements where a card not seeing play in Vintage means it should be unbanned in Legacy. I don't really think that makes any sense. All right, so I have to think. I know my opponent brainstormed and didn't find an Oath, or they would have played Oath this turn. But like, I can just cycle this Lorien and play a Fury. I think I'm gonna get this countered because what it does is it lets me draw a blue card next turn, and then I can actually cast this Ancestral. I think it's okay to get flustered here. We also know our opponent's brainstorm bricked, which makes this like I think there's like some different lines you can take because you know your opponent's brainstorm bricked, right? Like there's a world where we could just cycle and play a Fury, and we know what they bricked, and then we can just hold up force with all of our mana on all the following turns and win with a Fury. I kind of think I don't like the play I made. I think I'm talking myself out of what I chose to do. Can't talk myself out of it. I already did it. I think the line I would have rather done is cycle my Lauren, play a Fury, and then just hold up for the rest of the game. I'm just gonna ponder into Uro here. Dak Faden, Flooded Strand, Uro. If we Dak Faden instead, we get rid of their ability to tinker. But I kind of want this game to end. Uro is the same speed as Fury. So I guess I'm just gonna take the DAC and the Flooded Strand and not take the Uro after. This gets rid of the Strip Mine, so it does get rid of our Ren 6 lock, but I don't think that matters. So we draw the DAC Fade in. And then I think what we'll do is we'll fetch away the other Uro, and then we'll just DAC their Jet and hold up in force. And I think that's probably just fine. I think you could have made an argument for mana drain in Legacy before they printed the ring, but after they printed the ring, I don't think it's remotely close. The problem in Vintage is it costs blue, which is not something you can actually do. So my opponent's looking to hardcast their Atraxa. They're 1 mana away. But I'm going to DAC their rings. DAC their Sapphire, so... Vintage used to be kind of close to Legacy. Now, Vintage is super far away from Legacy. Legacy is this grindy format. Vintage is not. It's just not close anymore. I used to like take a lot of Legacy decks and port them into Vintage for fun, and it's very hard to do that now. God, I just have... Blue is not harder in Legacy than it is in Vintage. It's a speed thing. Now you know I'm dumb. Me? The noted Vintage streamer with many tournament victories, who streams to hundreds of people every week and they project his opinion on the game? Me? I'm the one dumb for saying you shouldn't unban. Okay, we got sidetracked. We let someone else be the star of the show for too long. Let's go back to playing Vintage here. People are wild, man. I must say. All right. Anyways, we're playing the fun format. Okay, so Fury quite bad against Oath of Druids. Pyro not bad. Vigor pretty reasonable as well. Could technically play Collector Roof because my opponent is a Show and Tell Oath deck, but I don't know if I will. Dress Down actually pretty reasonable against Atraxa. Spell Pierce quite good in the matchup. Misdirection and Commandeer. Commandeer looks pretty bad. Considering my opponent's threats is Oath of Druid, which Commandeering Oath is bad. I think Commandeer probably gets taken out here. Oh, come on, man. Don't call me XQC. XQC? Really? Good God. We gotta have a better comparison. No, not Dream. Come on, chat. You can come on. Give me a little bit. A little bit. Like Slasher chose the cheating Minecraft player. Diesel chose the goblin who doesn't know how to think and just makes funny content. Like, I'd love to have the following of Dreamer XQC. Don't get me wrong; they did great. They did great work in that category. But like, come on, we can get a better comparison. The Bosch and Roll of Vintage. I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know if I want to be the Hikaru. The Aspiring Spike of Vintage. Sure, why not? Oh my, chat has gone downhill. What have we done? All right, is this good? Are we good here? We're not bringing in collect roofs, right? All right, I'm not bringing collect roofs. Submit. Oh, I'll be the Amaranth of Vintage. Absolutely. I don't think we're allowed to keep this one, chat. I don't think we're allowed to keep this one. If I had simply a Lorien in my hand or a fetch, I think this deck needs one more fetch land in it. I think it needs one more fetch land, or maybe like one more volcanic. Maybe one more volcanic is interesting as well. Though I kind of wanted a bunch more tropicals. All right, I'm gonna mulligan this. This hand is so sweet if we just don't get turn one. All right. Uh-oh. Emerald. That's a bad sign, chat. Are we getting oathed? Whoa, we're safe again. God bless. Okay, all right, okay. We've got a beanstalk finally. We are casting a beanstalk. Will we have the first resolved beanstalk of the night? Can I have a bean? Please. Oh my, no, don't do this to me. I just want to I just want the card to resolve. Okay, it's just a brainstorm. It's just a brainstorm. Okay, you can have a brainstorm. Everything's fine. They're scared though. They're scared. They're running to the hills. Up the beanstalk, maybe. No, I'm going up the beanstalk. They're staying on the ground. Let's go. We have a bean. This misdirection triggers our bean later. Oh, it's great. What a time. Okay, all right. 3-drop. Spell Pierce. Come on, come on. Come on. Do it, 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 do it. Black. All right. I'm gonna Spell Pierce this. I understand that this is not like kosher, but we're doing it. You counter the tutor nowadays. Just trust me. Fluster. So I could. No, I'm gonna let this resolve and hope they get ancestral and then misdirect the ancestral, right? I could technically misdirect a fluster onto the demonic tutor and draw a card. I think that's like slightly worse. I have a wasteland here for like stopping them from doing crazy hard thing. Yeah, I think I like letting this just go. Hopefully we draw another blue card. That'd be great. They do have Tinker in their deck. They also have Show and Tell, Oko, stuff like that. Blue card is my best draw, though. Blue card, I love you. Oh, I have a Pierce and a Misdirection. I'm in a great spot. I hope they went for Ancestral so we can misdirect their Ancestral, draw a card, and then draw 3 cards. I will screen cap that and put it on Twitter so fast. Nah, looks like they went for like a Tinker or a Show and Tell. Or maybe they could just be waiting. Enable what? Oh, wait. Cast, hold priority, so I can get a screenshot. Thank you. All right. Resolve my beanstalk. Resolve my misdirection? No force? That would be good if I didn't have Spell Pierce. My ancestral? You shouldn't have, opponent. You really shouldn't have. Target me, please. Thank you. My, oh, my, oh, my. Now we have hard cast. Oh. God bless. What a great stream this has been. Well, besides the whole squee thing that happened last round, which we will never talk about ever again. Everything else has been just great. Just dandy. Just beautiful. I think I'm gonna hold this vigor as extra insurance against oath. Don't really need to do anything right now. I am currently extracting the value. You can just pass the turn. All right, what did McWinsauce want me to enable? 7 TV beans. Oh my! I don't know if I want to enable this. All right, you did ask nicely. I have enabled pondering beans for 7 TV. Congratulations. Good luck and have fun. I don't know if that shows up in my oh, it doesn't show up in my stream chat. On my recording. Is there, I must have to figure out a way to get the chat element 7 TV enabled. I'll have to figure that out after the stream. Or maybe in between rounds. I'd love like a red and 6 here. Lock this whole game up. Brainstorm. Sure. Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Gosh, draw an extra card? Replay the land with Uro? Hello? Or do we dress down Uro? Nah, I get more value. No. That noise. Green. Gush. Draw an extra card. Gotta get my lands back in play. Oh, they're forcing my gush? Sure, you got it. I don't care. I don't think that matters. And I have Hardcast Force still up? Man. What a time we just had. We can technically play this Uro. We probably should play the Uro, right? Yeah, I'll just play the Uro. Oh, wait, we can't play the Uro. We don't have the mana to play the Uro. It costs exactly green, blue. Black Lotus, terrible magic card. Did I tap badly there? Yeah, I should have tapped the Emerald instead of the Tropical Island. My bad, chat. That's my fault. It's my fault. I take the blame. It's my fault. It's the streamer's fault. As we learned earlier. Wait, what did we learn earlier? Hold on. Damn. I'm dumb. So. It was the order of I mean, whatever it was a technical misplay. We won't ever talk about it ever again. All right. Blue. No. Green. No. I can't play Uro and Oko in the same turn, even though I have a Black Lotus. Blue. Blue. Green. All right, so it's more likely I draw a blue land than a green land. So I will make blue, no, green, blue. Don't think my cards in my yard matter. I can't remember. I didn't put in a Mystic Sanctuary, so this thing doesn't trigger the Beanstalk. This is a giant. Oh, I shouldn't have exiled Strip Mine. True. You can see I am taking this game very seriously right now. I am thinking hard about the decisions I'm making and producing great content. I'm definitely not dumb. Green mana, Veil of Summer. Sure, you may cantrip. I'll allow it. Watch them like draw Ancestral. Oh, they can't draw Ancestral there. Pyroblast off of Ruby, a classic. Oh, I probably should have like pondered first so I could definitely hit a land. Whatever, it's fine. Who needs lands? Or like played an Oko and attacked for lethal instead. Chat, I don't think we're playing the game. Oh, what if we get a second Beanstalk for fun though? We don't need a second Beanstalk. We just want this wasteland. I don't think the game is gonna last long enough where the Beanstalk matters here. What is this? Flash? Resolves. You got me. Think opponent has signed it off. Went out like a champ. I just don't have to do the casting of the magic cards here. Let's wasteland this one and Beanstalk this one and cycle this one into a red land for fun. And then still pitch to hand size. Let's just dress down, and then we'll also we don't have any more turns left, so we'll vigor them. And oh wait, we should force it and draw cards. Oh. I messed up. Sorry, chat. I left so much value on the table. No. All right, so was Beanstalk good? Question mark. If you're watching this YouTube video, comment in chat if Beanstalk was good. All right, here we go. Fourth and final round of this Vintage Prelim. We have very powerful Wizard Montolio across the table. If you have not already checked out Montolio's YouTube channel, it should be at Montolio MTG. Maybe. Montolio is putting out a bunch of YouTube content for Vintage and typically plays decks that I don't typically play. So things like Workshops and Bazaar. So definitely check out this player's YouTube channel as well. I have plenty of beans and fast mana and Pierce and a wasteland for Saga. Let's do it. Let's keep it. I mean, this hand probably needs a 5-drop to trigger the bean, but I guess we'll live. See what they hit us with. I hope it's not Bazaar, but we do have a wasteland for Bazaar. We'll see if it's Workshop. Yeah. Andy's been doing a bunch of YouTube videos. It's been good. We're at Wasteland. Mana Vault. Okay. Mana Crypt. That's not great for us. It means they can play like a Golos on turn 1 here. Sphere Resistance. Okay. All right. I think we just want to go Volcanic Island Sapphire. I don't mind. There's lots of good content there though. Definitely go check it out. I think we throw the Volk to get the Sapphire down, and we obviously can't hold up in Spell Pierce, but opponent gets to do kind of whatever they want. Well, the problem with Wasteland is If I use my wasteland to pay for my sapphire and they have an Urza Saga in their hand, they'll wasteland my wasteland. So you can't really make that play. If my opponent didn't have a sapphire, then there's like some upside. All right, this is the last card in their hand. It costs 6. Is it a Golos? It's a Worm Coil Engine. All right, that's beatable. We don't currently have the things that beat that, but it is technically beatable. Emerald is not bad because this is not wastelandable lands. The problem is if I play both my Valks and get them both wastelanded, or both my lands and get them both wastelanded, I guess we just play a bean. Okay. Like, I just need a Dak Faden or an Oko, and I can deal with a Worm Coil Engine, no problem. I guess that's only 4 cards in my deck, though. Hopefully they don't draw anything good this turn. All right, Wasteland. Wasteland. Attack for 6. Okay. Dress down. Just gonna play another Beanstalk here. Just need to get to the Oko or the Dax. That's what we gotta get to. Hopefully they're just drawing a bunch of Oswalds. We don't have very much time left here. Ooh, they drew a Saga. It's even worse because I have to wasteland that this turn. I drew the Oko. But I have to wasteland this turn, which means I'm gonna die. No, so I don't wasteland this turn. I have a dress down. So first I Oko their Worm Coil Engine. So first we go Island and we Oko the Worm Coil. And then I think we drew this exactly the turn we needed it to, huh? So this does give them a construct, but I have a dress down, and I can stand up a Moxen if I need to. I don't need to, though. So I'm only going to go to 5. I theoretically could just not wasteland it, but I'm probably supposed to wasteland it anyways. All right, I assume they're just going to attack. I don't know. It's kind of a hard one for them because they can't actually kill my Oko. I don't know what they're going to attack, actually. Face. Okay. I'm going to wasteland this Urza Saga. Just in case. Like a needle. And then I don't want to... I think I'm just going to make a food. I don't really want to get rid of my Moxen. And then I'm going to dress down combat, I guess. I guess I could technically... Yeah, I think I can just make a food, dress down, combat. I actually get to hold up force here too. This looks winning. So the reason I want to wait on the dress down is so that in case they have like a Golos or something. I still am gonna have to do it in combat because they're just gonna attack to start here. And then I will cycle this Lorien at the end of turn to get another red source. Yeah, I think this game's won. Or winning. We kind of just drew the Oko at the exact right time. What's this? Chalice on 1. Let me see what we draw first. We don't really care about Chalice on 1. Well, I can't pierce it because I have to play a dress down this turn. I think pierce will just be our pitch card to force, and we just let this resolve. I think I'd rather hold the force for a card we actually care about. All right, now they're attacking Oko. That shouldn't matter, though. I am going to cycle this, keep hitting land drops. That's true. We can always Oko it later if it matters. Very true. That is so good. I guess I don't need a wasteland because I have a strip mine in my hand, but I can get one of the other ones next turn if I need it. All right, I believe we have this game locked up now. Don't know how they would get out of it. We didn't even get to trigger our Beanstalk. Maybe Montolio will play it out to the point where we can. Attack me. Just trade. Wasteland, sure. Just gonna get back another bulk. And make a food and hold up everything. I think we I can't see how we would lose from this spot when they can't get a saga off and they can't get a spell that matters off. And then we're just gonna draw 2 cards when we cast this force too. And the creatures can't matter because we have an Oko. Yeah. I'm kind of sad we didn't get to trigger a Beanstalk, but it's okay. All right. I'm gonna bring in 10 cards. I might bring in 12 cards. I might bring in these endurances as well. Yo, what's up, Punishing? Thanks for playing in the event. Yeah, thanks for playing in the event. I appreciate it. Hope you had a decent enough time. So, pretty sure, unfortunately, this is a matchup where we don't need the Beanstalk, which is quite unfortunate for our 3-1. Let's go. Hell yeah. Might just play this as a 3-4. And like Crucible protection and stuff. Commandeer seems like a card I actually want to have. Mm-mm. kind of a weird board plan, and we certainly reduced our blue count by a lot. We're playing again. I believe we're either playing against Oswald shops or some kind of null rod shops. But we definitely want our Force of Vigors, and we probably want our Collector Roofs, and we might want our Endurances. And obviously, Misstep and Probe are bad. Misdirection's bad. Dig is bad. I think Beanstalk is just like kind of clunky in the fact that we would rather have like maybe we can just cut Boo and play Burrows or Beanstalks instead, but I kind of want to have the red cards for Fury in case they're like playing the Oswalds. I think this is how I want to do it. It's unfortunate, like I just wanted to trigger Beanstalk, but I just don't think that's what we were looking for here. Normally, you like don't need more cards versus shops. You can usually just be fine. This is not a good hand. That's not going to do it. Yeah, it is. You're not wrong. That one's fine, though. Like, what card is Uro better than? I don't know. Uro is a 3-mana card. Like, it's only going to really be pitched between forces, right? So we're probably going to have to pitch this Oko. And then we'll use this to go get a green or red land. And hopefully we can not have to use our Fury so that we can get a Ren and 6 going. We can reevaluate after this game if we lose, but workshop. Okay. Oh, sorry, Lotus. Planes. Okay, so they are on Oswald. Sphere. Probably need to force a sphere with this hand, unfortunately. Basic planes is like a little annoying. We are just unfortunately super low on cards. If I had known we were going to draw a Ruby, I probably wouldn't have forced the sphere. But I didn't know. All right, Saga. We do have an answer. I guess I should have just wastelanded the Saga with a trigger on the stack. I got punished for not doing that. Oh well. I thought about it for a second, decided I wanted to have the flexibility, and it was just not worth it. I didn't really feel like my opponent like would be stuck on mana, so I didn't really feel like it was worth it. But then not cracking the Lotus is definitely something. Kind of need to draw. I don't know. I think we should have to take a hit. Because I'm going to have to wasteland this. Or... No. 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 I'm going to wasteland this. And try to draw another green card. Or another red card. Yeah. I guess I could just... I just really want to run in 6. Like, I could just Fury it. But I think I would rather... Like, if I can get a Ren and 6 in play... I would really like to do that. Ah, that's so good because we pitched our Oko. We kind of need to draw Collector Roof now. Oh, man. It's going to be a hard game to win. Oh, and a Wasteland. Yeah. I guess I should have done this later because now they can play an Oswald with their mana. That was also bad. I got lucky. Yeah, maybe I need to board the booze out because they cost too much. Yeah, maybe I'll cut the booze because they cost too much. Though, like, a resolve boo is just super winning, right? Yeah, this game is super doomed. Super doomed. I just didn't really have the resources to combat their 7-card hand. My hand was not very good. Yeah, it can be pitched, but like, all right. All right. This one did not work out. We need a better hand than that. I mean, it's probably better than like Gush. And this Commandeer is like looking really silly with the amount of blue cards I have left. So maybe I just play... Do I want to play Beanstalks or Uros? Kind of just want to play Uros. Yeah, Commandeer Ring's great. Currently, our only answer to Ring is Counter It or Dack It or Oko It. I mean, we have plenty of answers to Ring. We just need to get our mana base. It's all about our mana. I think these endurances are bad. Let's just get the blue spells back in. Oh gosh, I think it's bad. Let's play a Beanstalk. Nah, it's probably better to play a Gush. All right, I'm gonna go like this. Okay. Keep. Huh. How are basic? Am I just jamming the turn 1 Collector Roof? I don't think so. I think I'm holding up Pierce. I think we're supposed to hold up Pierce with this hand. I'm gonna hold up Pierce. I might even Vigor. It's possible. The Stony Silence is like okay versus their deck, but it's not like the end all be all. Like there's a lot of bad things that can happen to us on turn 1, even if they have a no rod, even I have a no rod in play. I think it's better to hold up Pierce and Vigor. I have more Collector Roofs. I guess I have more Vigors too, but maybe not. But also, like, if they commit to a ring, I don't even need to pierce the ring. I can just... I want to be able to spell pierce a sphere off of a workshop is kind of like the big thing I was thinking about. Oh, they're playing around spell pierce. Oh, I guess I should have played my Collector Roof, huh? If they play a Golos, I actually have Dress Down as well, which is a big deal. So my opponent has had a couple Lotus hands. I have like some of their range covered still, but I definitely look silly for not casting my Collector Roof. Three cards left in opponent's hand. White, ring. Yeah, they get a ring and they get to draw, but then we lock it down next turn. But they wouldn't have got to do any of it if I just cast the oof, right? So maybe I was just supposed to play the oof. I mean, this is like a very abnormal hand, right? Oh, man. That's like the one thing I really didn't want to see. That's like the... This is actually the card I didn't want to see. Because they can just get a portable hole for my Collector Roof. So now I need to draw a red card. Technically, I could dress down and turn this off for a turn, but I need to shut the ring off immediately. Ah, this went so badly for me. It's crazy. Unless I draw a red card. I guess I can't draw a red card because I have a dress down in play anyways. But I do have a second oof now. All right, so they're going to turn a Moxen into a portable hole. But then yeah, it's fine. Second tropical. Yeah, I mean, I think I threw this whole game by just not playing my Collector Oof on turn 1, I guess. So they just activate this, turn this into a portable hole, and then they get my Collector Oof. They draw 2 cards. I play a new Collector Oof. Oh, I guess what we can do is Vigor the hole. And then I think the hole is worded in the way where we can just Vigor the hole, right? And I hope they don't have more than one hole. So that might actually just be enough. Upkeep Vigor on the Moxes stops the Fiddlebender. In what world is that a true statement? My opponent has an active snow-covered plane? Oh, because they if they have no more 0 drops, they can't get there? No, this is a way better one. Vigoring the 1 drop after they activate is so much better. When portable enters the battlefield, exile until it leaves the battlefield. So if I hit this now, it never leaves the battlefield. Just winning. The game is winning. Yeah, I'm not talking about the sorcery. I missed the point where they would have 0. Like, they can still turn the ring into a 5-drop, you know? Like, making them use the Fiddlebender is better than hitting the Moxes in the upkeep. Sorry, I got a little snippy there, but I was kind of in the wrong, so. Okay. They can still Fiddlebender this ring away. Because I hit my mana here. If they hadn't drawn a Wasteland... Yeah, this is still kind of bad for me, though. Like, can't they just turn this ring into something good? That's a 5-drop? Like, eventually they'll turn it into, like, a Worm Coil or something? The Wasteland was actually, like, so bad for me. Because I really needed this green mana to play my Oko. Alright, let's see what kind of 5-drop they have. They might have a Mightstone. Kill Oof. But I don't even know if that's that good. Yeah, the Fiddlebender was like the biggest problem in this game. They would have resolved a Fiddlebender probably because they had Wasteland snow-covered plains, but it would have taken them a little longer. I think I played the game really badly. I think I should have just slammed my Oof. Oh, they just get a Golos? That's not even that bad for me though, right? I just need to draw more mana. Or a red card. Glad I left in the booze. I'm sure they just get a Golos here. I think that's like the only thing. They could get an Argentum Masticore if they have cards in their hand. There's no 7. It's just Worm is the next one up. I just need to draw a red card, right? I resolved an Ancestral this game. I can't really complain. I kind of even got bailed out by the Ancestral. This game would have been kind of weird because we would have played Collector Oof on turn 1. They would have played Plains Go, maybe some Moxen. And then they would have played Oswald on turn 2. But we might have had, like, Oko? No, we probably wouldn't have had Oko. I don't know. Would have been a completely different game, for sure. They just got a workshop, okay, and they have a strip mine on my island. That's... Why does this happen every time, chat? How? I hate this game so much. I played badly, though. I deserve to lose this game for sure. This Fiddlebender is just running me over with my red removal spell in hand, but I only have like 10 red permanents. It's pretty not unreasonable for me not to have a second red card. Though after casting Ancestral, you should probably have a second red card, I would feel. I don't know how the math is on that, but... The fact that I have both these Spell Pierces and they've just been completely useless has been not ideal. My opponent just like completely played around Spell Pierce in the beginning of this, right? They played Land Sapphire, played around Black Lotus getting Spell Pierced, played around One Ring getting Spell Pierced. I just like got completely bamboozled. There's like a world where they don't want to attack here because they don't want me to get rid of my Collector Roof and get my green source. But I'd only do that if I had a blue source coming for my Oko. Their 6 drops Worm Coil. This game is so easy with just like slightly different card drawn. All right, Worm Coil's coming. Or is it like, did they put a statue or something in the deck? Statue is probably game. Steel Hellkite? These draws are so bad, man. Ah. Like... There's just nothing, man. There's just nothing. They even get to kill the emerald, so it's not even good if I unlock my oof anymore. Oh, wait, no, they don't get to kill the emerald because it's turned off. Never mind. We just have a 3-turn clock. And I can't even hit the lands to get this thing out of the air. I guess I can draw a Vigor at some point. I have 3 more Vigors to draw into. Okay. So theoretically, I can draw another land next turn. We're turning that into a 2-drop. I hope that doesn't go badly for me. It's probably just a sphere, right? So I can't play an Oko. I have 10 red cards in my deck. Void Mirror. All right, I can beat a Void Mirror. I just need to draw a land that makes green or blue on this turn. That also buys me a turn. I think I do it now so they can't fiddle bend. But then they won't attack. Would they not attack? They might not attack, so I think I need to let them fiddle bend. So I think I should get a green, red? No. Green, red. Okay, we just survived now, right? No, because we can't Fury because of Void Mirror. The Void Mirror is gonna beat me. I needed them to fiddle bend it away. So I have to draw a Vigor. No, I can't Vigor either. I guess I'm just gonna lose to Void Mirror. Or I can draw a land and no. I can't cast Stack Fade in. I don't have blue red. I can't cast Stack Fade in, chat. I drew the Stack Fade in, man. Is this the most frustrating hand of all time? I thought this Void... I can't believe we're getting Void Mirrored. These Spell Pierces were just so unbelievable for us. Just brutal. It's crazy that this whole game happened all because I just didn't play my Collector Roof on turn 1. I feel like not playing Collector Roof was like a defensible decision. Holding open Dress Down Spell Pierce against my opponent's deck made sense to me. But they just happened to have like Opal, Sapphire, Lotus as their hand. Yeah, I have nothing, right? I just have absolutely nothing. I can play Oko and turn this into an Elk, and then I die for 5 exactly. I mean, it's Montolio. He's not going to attack the wrong unit. What if I turn off the Void Mirror? Then I get a Fury and I doesn't do anything. We just got Wasteland Strip Mined, and that was the reason we lost this game, right? We just could not play our spells. Oh, brutal. Yeah. I feel like if they got a sphere off this Oswald, it was also still beating us, right? So I don't think that was a huge deal. It was mostly missing a red card for Fury for too long, letting the Oswald live losing our basic island to strip mine. And then, of course, the initial opening play of not playing the collector oof instead and getting just completely run over by Black Lotus hand. Opponent played around Spell Pierce to their credit, of course. Yeah, true. True. Okay, so we didn't get to do too much up the Beanstalk, but we got to play pretty fun matches. Definitely, I think we probably could have been 3-1 with a better pilot, but I didn't play super well tonight. The deck has got some awkwardness. I think it needs another land. I think I cut it short on a land. It almost assuredly needs another land. So maybe this second Spell Pierce just becomes a third volcanic. Maybe could be better as a might be better as a fourth trop. I'll try third volcanic. It's possible this sideboard needs to be retuned and like maybe you end up with more tabernacles, like 2 tabernacles in the board, or maybe you like play a crop rotation package with like tabernacle and stuff like that. I'm not sure. The Squee matchup just might always be miserable no matter what we choose to do. I definitely don't want to play a Taiga because I want to try to run Gush, but maybe this third volcanic is so bad that you would run a Taiga. Nah, it can't be. Maybe. Maybe. It might be a Taiga. You might be able to get away with a Taiga considering all of our lands besides that are islands. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make this Gush not bad, and you obviously saw Gush there being bad. But the only reason that Gush was, like, super bad was because we got Strip Mine, too. Yeah, I guess more fetches are better for Ren and 6, but I'm not really caring too much about fetch and Ren and 6. It's more about Ren and 6 Wasteland. You have all these Lorien reveals that you're trying to balance with. I don't know, like, if I'm playing 5 fetches and 4 Lorien reveals, like, kind of feels not great, but maybe it's okay. I know this deck probably needs another land, though. That's, like, the first thing I would do. I'm sure this Commandeer is not ideal, but I think it's really fun, so it's good to play. Obviously, our red count is super low. It's only 10. That is a problem, but we're drawing a lot of other cards in this deck with the Beanstalk and everything. I mean, I'm not willing to put in any more red cards. Let's put it that way. There's just no more red cards that I'm willing to play. So I don't really think that's a thing. So yeah, I don't know exactly how you would go forward with this deck. I don't think this deck is like particularly good or anything. It's just fun. It was a cool little experiment. The Uro was actually a lot better than I anticipated, which was really nice. But you have like some pretty key weaknesses inside of the Vintage metagame. I do think that the Shops matchup should be pretty reasonable, considering I did put 4 Collector, 4 Vigor in my sideboard. And then the blue matchups, you are playing a bunch of counters. I don't know. It seems like it's a deck that could work in theory, but in reality, it's like super clunky. That's probably my evaluation. If you enjoyed this content, there's more Vintage videos on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll see you then.